So you move abroad for a better life. Why does it feel like something is chasing you? Why does it feel like each time you wake up, you're running all the time? Let me guess. You wake up tired, you go to work tired, you come back even more tired, but there's nothing you can do about it. Guess what? The people back home believe that once you step down in the Western world, things are supposed to be smooth. Apparently, once you get off the airplane, the red carpet rolls down for you, you walk on it, suddenly there's the tree that grows dollars, pounds, Canadian dollars, euros, and then all you have to do is to just bend down, pick it up, and send it back home. Is that right? Let's start with the unofficial subscription that you sign up for once you step to the Western world. Sending money home, we all do. Most people do that. Well, you have to help with school fees, medical bills, rent, weddings, etc., what have you. But sometimes the pressure to send these things back home can drain you because you're not allowed to say, there's no money here. You came to work to help out. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but the, the, the process of getting that done can drain you. And somehow you find yourself asking yourself, are you the central bank of the family? Hmm. And then sometimes you wonder, should you pay your bills or just sit in darkness? Should you pay your light bills? Should you pay your rent? Of course, you should pay your rent. But then the pressure to send money home puts you in a place that you start battling which one should you do first. And woe betides you if you say no. And all of a sudden, hey, you have forgotten about us. Have you forgotten how we have to raise money, the family land that we put out for sale to bring you abroad? Oh, this person has forgotten about us and all that. So you don't want to hear that. So all you do, you just suffer in silence. If you have to borrow money or borrow, get some more credit card bills, whatever you need to do, you just do it and send money home. Next off is hard work. Sure, we moved abroad to work hard. Most people move abroad for better life. So that comes with hard work. So what do? You go find at least one, two, three jobs, maybe thinking about getting the third job. You're working very hard, but it doesn't feel like you're moving forward. Just like running on a treadmill, increasing the speed, but then you're still stuck in the same spot. So you work 2 to 3 jobs, maybe thinking about the fifth job, pick up extra shifts. You're just in survival mode. You're pushing, but you don't feel like you're moving forward like you planned to be because nobody told you that rent is high, the bills are even higher, and now peace of mind, that one is even out of stock. It's not even on sale. Like, so you ask yourself, is this what abroad really is? Because back home, the speed of peace of mind, you can sleep whenever you want. You don't need to worry about alarms to wake you up. You just go to bed, wake up. You can sleep under a tree, go to work whenever, go to meetings whenever, wherever. Nobody cares about the time. But in abroad, time is time is precious. If it's 8 o'clock, you have to be there 8 o'clock. No later than no later than 8:05. You have to be there. So there's pressure to do things. Next is a lack of the support system. Let's face it, back home, even though there was not enough opportunities, now things are changing. But maybe 10, 20 years ago, opportunities were not that many. But at least we got each other. We
I'm
got
doing well.
family, we got the
Everything is great
community,
here.
there's noise. There's that always those boys playing football outside in front of your yard, try to hit a ball at your window and you go out and go, hey, you need to keep it down. There is always connection. You get out there, you decide to take a walk, everybody sees you, hey, mommy, how are you? How is your family? How's your mother? They even ask about your ancestors. Just kidding. They'll probably ask, how are your ancestors doing? Okay, they're in heaven, they're praying. They will ask until you want them to ask no more. But in abroad, the opposite is the case. It is you, yourself, and you. You, your bills, your rent. Somebody I know just said, hey, over here is like me, myself, and I. That's the reality. It is hard to find people to talk to. How difficult and how shocking can that be for us? Sometimes we go days without real human connection. It's work, work, work. When you go to work, um, all you can talk about is things about the job. If it's not about the job description, people are not even talking to you. So you just hold things inside, smile on the outside, pretending all is well. Meanwhile, all is not. And then if you're lucky to be a prayer person, you pray, we pray about it, but hey, we're human. You need somebody to still talk about. This is tough. And that leads to slow burnout. And it's over time. That's not even healthy for us. This fourth point is my favorite. Let's talk about the pressure to look successful. Like you need to perform. Believe it or not, right now you are a brand, especially when you go back home, you need to portray good life. You came from abroad, all is well. In fact, you came down from heaven. You cannot be poor. You cannot complain. You cannot say anything negative. It's all salad. It's all party. It's all cute cuisines, holidays. We're taking cruises. In fact, we're eating. There's money growing on trees. You came with a suitcase full of money, and people are going to come to you, especially when you go home. They're going to come to talk to you in person about school fees, XYZ, financial problems, and woe betide you if you say things no go well. No, 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 no. That is not allowed. You cannot say that. Once they come with their problems, you just get a checklist. Okay, here you go. Dish out the money like we're dishing out food. You have to be ready to give and solve every matter. You have to. You probably be the Father Christmas once you get home. And once people see you, they imagine all their financial problems are going to be solved. Period. You suddenly become an actor. You have to go home dressing good, looking good. So even if you don't have money to do that and you're forced to borrow all these credit card loans, whatever, just to go show off, you become show bubble, you know, performing and acting. You realize you're also an actor too. Hmm. Last thing I want to talk about is the struggle with identity. When you are in the Western world, they see you as African, African with the accent. You're a foreigner here, and you know that. You accept it. No two ways about it. But then the same you go home and they see you as you've changed. You're behaving like Oibo, or my people, they'll call you Boga. Boga is somebody who has been on the airplane and traveled abroad. You are Boga. So they sometimes they ask you, do you know how to eat fufu? Or can you eat plantains? They imagine you as a strange, a new brand. But in your mind, you're still African. That's why you came home. You came home to taste the food because you miss it, because you need it. But then sometimes they have some doubts about you, portraying you in their mind. Okay, you probably don't understand the language anymore. Do you still speak Chi, or do you still speak Igbo? They they ask you all sorts of questions that you begin to wonder, who am I? In your mind, you become like worlds apart, struggling within you. You're struggling with your identity. Who are you? I mean, you go to the Western world, you're not fully accepted. You come back home, they can place you. So you have this identity confusion going on within you. So you feel like you're just existing, trying to make sense of all this. Was it? Sometimes you ask yourself, was it a good idea I traveled or not? If any of these problems discussed about hit you, or you find yourself falling within any of this category, just give me a comment below and let me know which one is you're struggling with. But my honest recommendation, I mean, I'm not here to tell you what to do. I think it's time to set boundaries. I know, yes, set boundaries. I know this is very uncomfortable, this is very difficult because you don't want to be labeled as, oh, you forgot about your motherland, you forgot about your fatherland, you forgot how we sold the family house to send you abroad. You have forgotten so soon. You know, you have changed. You don't want to bear the blame game, but life is hard. Life is hard in abroad. I think it's time to be honest with our people back home. Let's stop showing off. Let's stop living a lie. Let's be honest. Let's let them know, hey, this month maybe I'm only getting $500 a month and I have my bills and I can probably just help out with $100 for now, unless it's a life and death situation. If it's a life and death situation, yes, you need to do what you can do to save your loved ones' lives back home. Because, you know, especially if it comes to the hospitals, you have to make down payment before they will even touch this person. Otherwise, they're going to lose their lives. Things like that are exceptions, but things that can wait, like you need money to buy a dress for a party or for a wedding, those things can wait. You can also decide or set something aside, percentage of your money aside. Okay, this is the money I'm putting aside for family matters. This is one I'm putting aside for my rent. You have to divide your money into proportions and be strict about it. It doesn't mean you don't care, but it also means that you too are also struggling to survive. You need to take care of you, because the question is, if the table had turned and you are over here and abroad and you're struggling financially, who is going to help you out? Problem no they finish. Problem no finish in this world. There's going to be problems every time. But just understand, as human as we are, over here in the world and on earth, things are not perfect. So problems will keep coming. But we're humans, we have limits. Do what you can, leave the rest to God. You cannot solve every problem. Just know that. Okay. Another thing that we can do, or you can do, we all should think about doing, is building a support system. Yes, back home it was easy. You step outside, you wave, and you greet, you smile, you get people to talk to. That is very, very different abroad. It is costly. It is abroad that you really, really miss culture. You miss the real human touch for the most part. Even when, even couples, even if you're a couple and you're here and abroad, sometimes the wife will have to work night shift, for example, and then the husband will have to work day shift. Both of you are kind of running shifts at home. When wife is coming home, husband is leaving. Wife clocks in to the home, husband clocks out and leaves. That is how it is. It's it's that lonely. It's just the system. There's nobody to blame. It's the system. It's just what it is. We had no idea how abroad was going to be until we stepped foot in here and we found out we're in shock. We're in culture shock. I mean, you have signed up for it. You just have to deal with it or find better ways to deal with it. So start small, get you some small connection groups. Start with a one person, somebody you can trust. I know these days it's difficult to get people to trust to talk about problems, but I'm not saying expose yourself out there, but just find one or two people to connect. And those of you that have churches or communities or societies to join, they have WhatsApp groups, join it, get connected, pray with the prayer groups that you have or have established. Just start somewhere, talk about it. Because if you don't and you harbor it inside of you, it's going to accumulate. It will give you emotional trauma. And in the long run, it can even affect your health. It's not healthy. So consider talking to one or two people that you trust about your problems. And okay. Okay, the third point I want us to talk about is redefine what success looks like for you. Be honest. Ask yourself, what does success look like for me? Right now, most of the problems that we're facing is that we're trying to prove something to people that is not even there. Are you trying to prove to your community? Are you trying to prove success to family or yourself? What is it? What is pushing you so hard that you are under this constant pressure? So, if you're able to ask yourself what success really means to you, it could be something as simple as a peace of mind, you know, stability instead of struggle, and then working maybe one or two jobs instead of five, or thinking about a sixth job. You don't need to look rich. You don't need to live to please people. The only person you need to live to please is God. You please God, and then make sure you're comfortable. Um, One person that I know said, in this world, the only person you own is your mother and your father, pretty much. I'm not saying shut the door to everybody else, but stop trying so hard, going above and beyond to prove things that are not even there or don't even exist. Because performing success or showing off is hard work. You always have to think about what to do, and that brings you stress. But living sustainably, being you, I'm not saying don't work hard, but know your limits. We're human. It's okay to take a rest. It's okay to take a break. Just do what you can and take a break if you need it. Try to live um, comfortably and try to live truthfully. Be truthful and honest to yourself. Truth is, you did not move abroad just to suffer in silence. So start protecting your energy, redefine what success means to you, and build boundaries. Set boundaries for yourself. And know that pressure does not actually disappear, but when you're truthful to yourself, it just becomes more manageable. And here's the truth that nobody speaks out loud. Moving abroad comes with opportunities, but it also has its own pressure. Okay, there's a pressure to succeed, there's a pressure to provide, and there's also the pressure to prove that it was worth leaving Africa or wherever we left to come to the Western world. And that pressure never goes away. But if we redefine our boundaries and be honest with ourselves, it can be manageable. And if this video hits you, know that you're not alone. Please like, share this video. And one more thing, I'd like to know which type of pressure you are facing living abroad. Let's share, discuss, and grow together. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Please subscribe.